Hi everybody, and welcome to another video with me, Craig Bryant, and welcome to Dublin, more specifically the General Post Office on O'Connell Street. And you join me for part 2 of my comparison between Stena Line and Irish ferries between Holyhead in Wales and Dublin, obviously in Ireland. I'm going back now. I've got about 2 more hours. I've just had a class time in Temple Bar, listening to some live music, had a Guinness, you know, when in Rome, got to do these things. But as per usual, I get a bit bored at this point here. I actually don't enjoy being on my own this much. As a bus stops in front of me and everybody's watching me do this intro, fantastic. Like and subscribe, guys, like and subscribe. They're not, they're just all staring at us actually. But yes, please come and join me. I'm going to start filming properly again when I get to the Stena Line terminal. I think I'm just going to have a wander around, and then I think I might get either food here to take on board, or I might see what the food is like on Stena Line. But you know, the Irish Ferries food, which I didn't mention actually in the last one, was very expensive for ferry food, so we'll see. But Dublin is, I think, the most expensive city in Europe. It's overtaken Oslo and Geneva and that, so yeah, I don't think go to Tesco's here. I've been to Tesco's once in Dublin and that was not a pretty sight. So yes, please come and join me as we head back to the port in a couple of hours time, and I will put some footage in of my wanderings as well. Flipping way I thought this was broken, but instead of being New York, it's somewhere in Poland, I think. Let's go and give them a dance. Like and subscribe, guys, like and subscribe. I'm just waiting in Connolly Station here. I've just walked out of the city centre and basically followed my nose. I've been here before to do a video when I was going down to Rosslare on the train. You can check that out below. I really don't know what to do. I've got about 2 hours and 15 minutes. My sailing's on time. I would like to be there about 20 past 9. It's about 7 o'clock now, so I've got, that's 2 hours and 20 minutes, sorry. So we'll see. I'm just going to twiddle my thumbs here, charge my phone up a little bit, and it's quite nice actually not having a rush. But we'll see if I get a bus. I might end up just walking to the port. I've seen Steve Marsh do that, but that was from the point and it seemed like it was miles away. But the paths looked alright in the port coming here. I was eyeing them up, so we'll see if I feel fit enough to do that. Right, let's walk. It is 57 minutes I think it is, so it'd be fine. I get a look at ferries, so there's the better option and saves money. I love the road signs here. They didn't sign the Vienna Convention on road signs in Europe, so all of their warning signs look more like American or Australian ones. Yellow diamonds, just quite joyous. And also there's the Irish at the top in an italic transport font, and then the capitalised transport font below. I need to get a life, man. It's going to be a long old walk, but I just absolutely love soaking in a new place. Even though I've been here loads, I've not been down this sort of end before, especially to the port. But there's something about Dublin, it's just got such a nice life to it, a great feel to it as a city. I really won't tire of coming here, so I'd love to come back again soon. I'll bring beautiful wife Rachel Poos, and we'll stay for a couple of days because it is just a great city. I'm walking down the Lewis line, which is the tram system here in Dublin. I've also just been, you can probably hear them, barked at by 2 children, although they were barking at everybody on the tram itself. Oi, oi, like and subscribe, guys, like and subscribe. And yeah, that was, you know, just the youth of today. It's everywhere you go. Update on the barkers, they've then just gone and barked at two lads, and one of them really squealed quite loudly, and his mate is absolutely ripping him for it. So yeah, the things you do for YouTube, eh? I keep getting distracted by the evening beauty, but it is amazing to see how much wealth there is in this city. It is the most expensive city to live in, as in like buying groceries and rent in Europe compared to your income. I think that's right. Please tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. But also you've got this juxtaposition between, you know, you've got homeless people, you've got these lovely buildings, you've got Google's European headquarters over there in that direction. You can't see it, but Facebook, Meta have got their European headquarters, so a lot of that comes through Ireland, and obviously there's discussions about the future of that. Maybe a certain Donald Trump might put some tariffs or large tariffs. I saw he's meeting with the Taoiseach. Yeah, who knows what's going to happen with that, but it is a beautiful area. I do love the sort of the old, but then these very, very new areas, and they've done a really good job in the Docklands to renovate them. Sort of regeneration's been lovely, so I'm just going to enjoy my walk here in the evening light. And what do we have here? A massive Premier Inn. We're just close to the 3 Arena here as well, but that's definitely an option if we come back here. That Premier Inn, by the way, is so new that it's not even on Google Maps. When you go to look at it, it's just a brownfield site with Premier Inn on it, so it's brand new, which is great. I just need you to tell me, like, was I dancing up on top of that crane? I might be in trouble with the police. We have left the glitz and glamour of the point, and it is very porty now. A lot of lorries and a lot of non-pedestrian friendly areas. Howie! I take that back. This is actually quite good, and that's a cycle lane as well. You know, for being a port, sometimes you think these places are a bit seedy, a bit dodgy to walk around, and I was sort of expecting that. But actually, they seem like they're actually doing a bit of investment. Like here, they've got cycle lanes being built, and I think maybe a bit of pavement. They've got good signage here. I know that's for the lorries as well, but it's actually not too bad. It might be because it's like a nice dry evening. If it was raining like it was before, I might hate it. But I've quite enjoyed this. I'm glad I walked. I'm going to get my steps in as well. This is great. Finally at the end of Alexandra Road. Shouldn't be too long now, maybe only 15 minutes, but I really wouldn't recommend this. Actually, it's not like dodgy, but it's not like there's nobody there. I've seen 3 guys on cycles go the other way who evidently work here. It's about 8 o'clock now at night, and you just don't really want to be hanging around places like this on your own, do you? And there is first sight of my chariot for tonight. Well, first sight since coming in on the ferry this morning. The Stena Adventurer. Well, that was one of the smoothest processes I've ever had checking in. Lovely guy on the desk, really nice and friendly. Showed me passport. That's one thing I've not mentioned, by the way. I'm not sure what the rules are, because the UK and Ireland are in the Common Travel Area, the CTA, that well preceded the EU, preceded the Schengen Agreement for open borders, and so that's why you can normally travel between Ireland and the UK, especially having the open border in Northern Ireland, because that's so important. But when you're travelling from Great Britain, the island, Wales, Scotland or England, you often have to use photo ID. I've been asked for the passport. I really can't tell you. When I've read, it says that you need photo ID, so driver's license or something like that, but I just brought my passport just in case, so maybe just do that. this is the vehicle marshalling lanes. There is nobody. There is literally zero cars. I know I'm here very early, but there's a couple of foot passengers in there. There are zero cars, so I'm hoping it's going to be a really light sailing on the Stena Adventure over there. It's great that you can see it. It can't get any closer than this, but it's still nice to be able to see it. Really looking forward to this journey now. Flagging a little bit, but really enjoyed that Guinness and enjoyed my time in the pub there. I think I'm just going to chill here, but the one stupid thing I've done, I've forgotten my earphones. Oh my days, I'm either going to be annoying everybody, or I'm just going to have to sit sit and stare at something, which will be fine. Or read me Bible, I'll do that. That's what I should be doing actually anyway. If you're enjoying this video so far, guys, please give it a like, please subscribe. It massively helps. Leave a comment below if you've done Stena Line or Irish Ferries, which one you prefer, especially on the Holyhead to Dublin route. That would be great. Right, I'm going to go and rest if I need any more rest.
Isolated showers this evening and tonight. That is a temporary bridge of high pressure. Now, fortnight isolated showers.
We've just got on board and it is a lovely quiet sailing, so I'll not talk much because there are a few people dotted around. I don't want to ruin, some people are sleeping as well. I'm here in the Taste restaurant. They're always great. I noticed that all Irish Sea Stena Line ferries have got the same menu, so I've gone for my favourite, which is, of course, I'll show you, buzzer with a carton of water. Joke, that was really funny. No, they're making my meatballs, my Swedish meatballs to order. I absolutely love them. Get a bit of mash, some lingonberries. It's like IKEA, but actually nicer than the IKEA ones as well. So yeah, I normally go out on deck obviously at this point, but it's just the time. It's about 10 o'clock now, so I do need to get some food in us, and I'll get back out as soon as I can. But yeah, it's pitch black outside, so there's nothing much to see. So it's a slight, even as a comparison, it may be slightly different just because of the time of the sailings. Oh yeah, look how good that looks, man. So nice. It's probably up here, isn't it? Yes. That's it. After watching other videos, I sort of expected the outdoor space to be a little bit strange. But when you experience it again, it's just a little bit weird. So I was saying, I really like the fact that some of the sides are open to the elements. I think that's a really big shame with new ferry designs, is because they want to have a lovely flat edge, like it looks nicer on the outside. You actually, a more ugly ferry looks ugly because you often have like walkways on the sides and things like that. But if you know me, you know I hate only side viewing and only stern viewing. I like a large deck on the top, or a large deck even on the front, which you never get on big ferries anymore. But this just seems a little bit weird. Now, it is a gigantic ferry. It's longer than Ulysses. And you see with this massive bit at the aft, almost half the length of the ship is just open deck. Yet the inside feels massive and spacious. So that just shows you the scale. We'll do a proper tour as well. It is a light sailing, but it is not light for freight. All of these, I think, are refrigerated, because you can hear them going. That's what it says on them as well. All refrigerated trailers. A lot of unaccompanied freight on this. There was lorries going on literally for 2 hours as I was sat downstairs. The meal itself was absolutely lovely. That'll be my first thing to compare. Let's start comparing the two actually at this point. So food wise, the Ulysses, I came here for lunch. I had a burger and chips with some beans, because I love beans, everybody knows that, and like a carton of juice, and that was £21 something. Oh, here we go. I'll have to start this bit again.
22:30 sailing from Dublin to Holyhead. Loading is now complete with the process of closing watertight doors. Start the fine if you take a little bit more of your time and follow safety instructions.
Excellent. If there is an emergency, you will hear the safety alarm.
As I was saying, after the longest safety announcement known to man, it wasn't the guy speaking, it was the recorded woman speaking. Took absolutely ages. Comparing the food, so it was about £21.70 for lunch here, so a main meal and a drink. That was paid in euros, all euros on board on Irish Ferries. Compare that to Stena Line, it was all in pounds sterling. I paid £17, I think exactly £17 for a carton drink, again comparable, but it was a carton of water and the Swedish meatballs. And I must say, the food was far superior on Stena Line. I do think Stena Line, quality wise, always beat their competitors. I'm not just talking about Irish Ferries, I'm talking about P&O. I've not really got much experience with, say, Brittany Ferries or DFDS yet, but they really do have just a really good quality in everything. And for this ferry to be from 2003, so it's only a couple of years younger than the Ulysses, this feels far newer and far better kept. Even though the Ulysses was obviously clean, in terms of update, in terms of even just like the quality of the paintwork and things like that, it does feel a lot better looked after. But the Ulysses is still very nice. I mean, I have been on some absolute rust buckets in my time. It is not one of them, and this is actually not, that's not a criticism of Irish Ferries, that's more of a point of praise for Stena Line. Also, I have noticed, after standing out here for a while during that security announcement, when you've got these sides, and especially the twin funnels, that's the big design difference. You've got two side twin funnels, but you've got this sort of superstructure. You'll see it here. Now, I wish it was see-through. I know they can do that these days, and I don't think it's anything to do with the structural integrity, but you do have, like, say, a gap there, which I was standing at, and the wind was so cold there, yet I feel absolutely fine in this bit. And so actually, a bit of sheltered outdoor space like this, it really does go a long way, but I can't see off the stern. I love getting me stern shots. I love, when the ferry's going forward and you can see the wake behind, and there is no possibility because it's all vehicle decks. There's 5 vehicle decks below me. I think there are 11 decks in total. And then I've just looked up there and I thought, oh, there's stairs. Look at the stairs there. There's some stairs here as well. But then they've got these little signs on that tell us I can't go up them. Oh, stop blocking places off. If you look at my last video, you know I'm not having a go at you, Stena Line. I was at Calmac in my last video last week. But come on, just let me go. Let all passengers go on these outside decks. Let me have a bit of freedom. That's the whole difference between ferry travel and other modes of transport where you're crammed in a coach or in a plane. You're free. So just give us a little bit more freedom. Final thing to say, I am in the pet exercise area. I'm looking for poo. There's none, apart from my own. That was only a joke. But seriously, it's incredibly well kept. Even just like nice little touches, like the paw there. They've got that on in the pet lounge on the Stena Superfast as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to stay here till we reverse out. We do a little. It's like coming out of a bay in a supermarket car park. And then we head straight out in the Irish Sea, and there is basically nothing to see en route until we get to Holyhead, so that'll be nice. I'll go and have a little bit of a lie down, a little bit of a chill inside, and we'll do the tour as well. And as always, I am the only one outside. I'm sure down the side there, down the deck, there'll be plenty of freight vehicle drivers smoking, but that doesn't count, guys. The smoke keeps you warm. I'm doing this hardcore. just had a brainwave. I know that sounds unlikely, but I saw the sign and I thought, well, the sign's there. It doesn't mean I can't come up to this bit. So the first flight of stairs, I mean, there's nothing here. I am literally just on the stairwell, but I get this view, which I think is a little bit better than the one before. But this is as good as it's going to get. I think that's us getting a delayed departure though. I had a look on Vessel Finder. The CLDN vessel going out was actually going to Liverpool. It's called the Catherine, but it was CLDN. Don't know what this bad boy is, but he's blocking our way. We should have left 3 minutes ago, so hopefully we can make that back over the Irish Sea. It seems, yeah, not too windy, but we'll see. Vessel Finder's always your friend. That one is called Aurora, and it's come from Greenock. Wow, I did not expect that to be a route I would see today. Greenock to Dublin. So yes, when I was on the Argyle flyer, I was flying past Greenock, and this bad boy might have even been there. So that's a nice new route that I've not heard of. Immediately as it moves, these berths on the Liffey in Dublin port, it seemed really tight for vessels this size. I'm just looking at it. Go backwards, reverse, go aft. Who knows what the term is? You'll tell us off in the comments. But we've got pretty close to that one there before we can start going forward. Bye bye Dublin, you have been great. If you've stayed this long, you must be enjoying this, or you must hate me so much that you still want to see my face. Whatever the reason is, please don't forget to subscribe. It's absolutely free. Click the button below and click the like button and leave a comment as well. I'm going to go inside now, have a bit of a chill because there's nothing much to see, and I'll see you properly in Wales. Oopsies, just forgot, I need to do a tour and then I'll see you in Wales. Right, we're going to start the tour from where I've been watching all of the action. Let's go down one level, these stairs, and then we'll work our way up. So pet exercise area is the green bit, blue bit is humans only. Don't slip, don't slip, don't slip. I can't even be bothered to go down there. Look at the davits. Weird area here. There's the freight lounge in there. Won't be allowed to go in there, but if you've got a lorry, you can go in. Sorry, thanks mate. I like that. I like that a lot. So guest services here. And some of it is shut, I think possibly because of the time of the sailing. So you've got the Hoda Lounge, which you obviously have to pay more for, but I'm just showing you what this looks like. Here's the shop. I'm not going in much, but it's massive. How to get demonetised. Just a bit of music like that. I'm going to have to sing over the top of it. You can spend the night, it goes on and on. Right, that should have done it. More lifts. And it's the same on that side, obviously. Right, let's go upstairs. That's where I ate. Oh, somebody's sleeping where I was going to go back to. It was fair enough, I left it, didn't I? It is absolutely gigantic. Whoa, missed this. I don't know why every ferry has them. They're never used. The taste restaurant is absolutely massive on this. What? And they had live football on that when I came in. Sky Sports. You can't get around there, so let's go back. And we're back. Here is Stena Plus again. Obviously you have to pay for it extra. For this bit you don't. Nice, man. Love a good Stena Plus. Ooh, recliners. Deck 9. And I think it is just cabins. Obviously not going to go into one. Would never do such a thing. It'll be the same on that end. And then deck 10 is out of bounds. That's your tour, guys. No entry, there it is there. Right, I'll see you in Wales. I'm not sleeping on this one, I'm just reclining. We've done it. We've done it. I've made it to Holyhead. I ended up sleeping most of that time, even though I didn't, well, it wasn't a proper sleep. It was very disrupted by people fair play needing to go and buy stuff, but yeah, some people not aware of their surroundings. I think I had a little bit too much to drink, 2 of them, but that was fine. But I'm absolutely done it now, so I'm going to summarise this tomorrow morning. I think it'll be better than just doing it tired now anyway. And yes, I will see you in the morning. I'm going back inside. It's like 2:17 now, and there was loads of people who'd been called down the car deck who just ignored it. There was a family just sat over here who, when they were told by the staff, like barely got up. Like, the mum was still asleep and like was like taking ages to do anything, and the kids were like, oh, honestly, like this is why these things don't work properly, when people don't follow instructions. So yeah, we're quite behind schedule now. We've got to wait as a full passenger classic, especially because we need a bus to come on to pick up like we did coming on. I'm done now though, done. That family have also just left it like this. I mean, what an absolute disgrace. I just don't know how people could do this, honestly. Everywhere else is spotless.
Let's switch it back on deck 5, using the green stays on.
We're back in this room after 14 hours, I think that is. Yeah, it is 2:37 now, so that gives you an idea of how long the coach transfers take to get off these. So I always think that time should be built in a little bit. I think they should advertise that, because that was advertised as a 2 a.m. I'm just going to go in here because everyone thinks I'm weird. Well, I am weird. But yeah, 2:37, right, it got in at 2:08. So basically half an hour extra by the time you get through to the end there. If you had to wait for baggage as well, there's a baggage carousel, so there's extra time if you're doing that. I didn't have anything because I was going for the day. The border is always quick as anything. They're just like, look at your passport, like, yeah, you're right, come on in. But yes, I'm going to bed. See you in the morning. Oh, there's a train. Choo choo. I've lost the plot. It's the next morning, and I've had a nice sleep there. I actually didn't sleep for as long as I thought I needed, probably because of those naps on the ferries last night. And yeah, just to summarise, to finish off this comparison between Stena Line and Irish Ferries. So starting with the Irish Ferries experience yesterday morning, the only problem with this comparison is obviously the time of day that I did the sailing. So the Irish Ferries was going Holyhead to Dublin, and that was around 1:30 sailing, whereas the Stena Line, Stena Adventurer, coming back was 10:30 at night, getting in at 2 a.m. Should have got in at 2 a.m. Yeah, I had a really good time on both of them, to be honest. It's a brilliant link, and it's amazing to have 5 ferries in the summer, or 4 ferries usually, on this route. I think it just massively shows how much our economies are intertwined. Just seeing the amount of freight going on is just absolutely amazing, and shows you how countries actually need to survive. But the ferry experience itself, I'm going to call it too close to call. That's what they do at election time, isn't it? When there's when one of the constituencies and they can't call it or whatever, and they call it too close to call. And I'm not just saying that to sit on the fence. I actually really want to say one of them is obviously better, but they're not. And in a sense, I would quite enjoy it. It would be good if there was a disruptor on this route, because then fares would become competitive again. Because if you have one of them that's a little bit better than the other, then the other one either has to increase their service or, you know, reduce their prices to try and tempt you on. But both of them, these are the sort of the flagships of this route, the 2 massive vessels. The secondary vessels has been in a little bit of rotation, so just bear that in mind. If you're doing this route and you're not getting the Ulysses or the Stena Adventurer, you're going to have a secondary vessel. Now, I would say this, the Stena Line secondary vessel, the Stena Embla, is going to be much better than the Isle of Inisheer. The Isle of Inisheer is almost at that economy level. That's what they used to call it. Irish Ferries used to have the Connemara, which is basically just, you know, like a glorified freight vessel. It had some passenger capacity, but they used to call it an economy ticket, just to get away with it being a slightly less glamorous experience than getting on the mighty Ulysses. So just bear that in mind. Always check which ship you're getting on. But the Stena Adventurer and the Ulysses, you know, in terms of age, in terms of decor, I think the decor just is won out by the Stena Adventurer. I think in terms of onboard services, I think the Ulysses just beats it. In terms of customer service, too close to call apart from that one clean. I'm joking, man. I'll get over it. But yeah, really, really similar experiences. And in terms of price, I think I'll put it below because I don't have it to hand. But I think there's a few quid in it for a foot passenger. So yeah, either or, guys, either or. They're both absolutely class, and I would generally just pick whatever sailing time helps you in your journey. Just to say, usually the Ulysses and the Stena Adventurer, I think they don't run together normally, but when them 2 berths are in, you'll always have a Stena Line and an Irish Ferries within sort of half an hour of each other leaving. So that's normally what would happen. I'm trying to think of other parts of it. The food, I think the Stena Line food that I had was nicer, but the options for food were better on the Irish Ferries. And I would love to have tried that Asian cuisine that looked amazing. I thought it was absolutely class. That was almost like a cruise ship level. It's like a cruise ferry at that point. So yeah, really little in it, which is absolutely brilliant. And you know, these ferries are brilliant. I do think the Ulysses is probably getting to the point now where it does need, you know, sort of a good overhaul of the inside decor, and maybe just a little bit of a rethink to get it to the standard of 2025 again. But yeah, I've had a great time. If you've enjoyed this again, please subscribe. Also to say, I had lots of bits with my new microphone. The stupid microphone that I've just bought off Amazon does not work. I'm going to have to figure that out. So if you're wondering why there's not much talking of me on deck, it's either I've edited it out or I've had to do a voiceover instead, you know. So I'm sorry about that. I didn't realise till this morning, which is a joke. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on another ferry adventure. See you soon. Bye-bye.
This is what I wanted, this is what we all wanted. I wanted this to happen in my lifetime, and it's happened.
I've made it to the town, right? Away the lads. Like and subscribe.